Welcome to Sports Talk 2319. I am your host, Rashad Phillips, and it's episode 1 of season 3. I'm so excited. We're going to talk about the top 10 college point guards in all of America. And you know, I got prospects for you. Let's go!
Laughing at him to believing what he say. Coward brought him on again just to pick his brain. It's insane. He said what would happen to the Hawks. Trey Young and Cam Reddish, guess what you saw? No cap at all, just real basketball. Rashad Phillips making these Phil Jackson calls. Everything seemed crazy till it's done. Anything possible like being number 1.
Look, before we get into this top 10 list, I want to make it clear, I don't include incoming freshmen on my top point guard list because I don't think it's fair to the kids that already have data collected from playing college basketball. I will have other lists for incoming freshmen because Tyrese Maxey from Kentucky, you know what? I don't want to talk about that right now. Let's get into our top 10 college point guard list. At my number 10, let's go down to the Big South Conference. I want to talk about Trey Jones out of Radford. This point guard is tremendous. He averaged 15 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists last season. He's a do-it-all type of guard. He finishes well in the lane. He has a knack for making big shots. I remember he hit a big-time three-pointer to beat Liberty to send his team to the NCAA tournament a few years back. And then right after that, the following year, he hit a big shot in the overtime victory over Hampton for another game winner. This kid lives for the big moment. He's a nice sized guard. He has the complete package. I'm excited to watch this kid this year. Hey, Radford, you're gonna go as far as Trey Jones will take you. At my number 9 spot, we're going to head over to the Big East and talk about Georgetown's point guard, James Akin. This kid is terrific, averaged 13.5 points, around 5 assists per game. There's something about James every time I watch a game. He does something once per game where it makes me say, wow, rewind that. He's terrific in open court. He has great hand speed, great hand-eye coordination, but he has a skill that you can't teach, and that's competitiveness. This kid loves to mix it up with anybody that's standing in front of him, and that's what I appreciate about his game. His percentages are not where they should be, but I believe this season the percentages will go up high and those numbers will rise up as well. Georgetown, you have one of the best in the country in James Akin. Coming in at my 8th spot, we're going to go down to KU country in the Big 12. Devine Dawson. This kid is fantastic. Last season, 11 points, 3.5 rebounds, 3.5 assists. But I love this kid's ability to finish in the lane with either hand. When I watched him on tape, there were so many and ones because of his terrific speed, and it's hard to keep him in front of you. He has great change of pace. He's a tough guard. He plays with a lot of emotion. Look for this kid to be tremendous throughout the whole season. Coming in at number 7, one of my favorite point guards to watch out of Portland State, Holland Woods. Look, this kid is fantastic. One of the most exciting players that you'll see this season. He does a terrific job of making his teammates better. He's a terrific scorer, has a great change of pace. He can beat you one-on-one. He can beat you in half court. He can beat you in transition. When you think of a comparison like an NBA guard, because I'm going to get a lot of questions about Woods, think of Patty Mills, think of Tyus Jones. He's in that realm of point guards. And listen, to put things in perspective how good Holland Woods is, there were only 13 Division I point guards last season to average 15 points and 5 assists. That's 3.7% of point guards that only conquered that feat. Holland Woods was one of them. Talk soon. Coming in at number 6, we're going to talk about Jacob Gilyard from the Richmond Spiders. This kid is fantastic. Last season, 16 points, 5 assists, just under 3 steals per game, one of the tops in the country in the pickpocket area. Let's stick on that subject. To me, he's the best on-ball defender in the country. And given that statistic, he was able to average what he averaged from the offensive standpoint. He has terrific anticipation, great speed. He can beat you in transition. He's a terrific spot-up shooter. Doesn't get enough credit for that. Look for Jacob Gilyard to be exciting to watch and maybe lead that Richmond Spider team to an NCAA tournament berth. Coming in at my number 5, Colby Ross out of Pepperdine. I really love watching this kid on tape. Last season, 19 points, 7 assists. I mean, this kid is an all-around basketball player. He does everything well. He's a terrific ball screen guard. He has great change of pace. He knows how to use his body well. He shot just under 40% from 3. He's a terrific free throw shooter. Given the chance, I believe that this kid can have a shot at the NBA level. He's that good. Everybody tune in to Colby Ross in Pepperdine. Fantastic. Coming in at my number 4, we're going to head to ACC country. Trey Jones out of Duke University. Look, last season he was fantastic. He was surrounded with lottery picks. He averaged just under 10 points, 5 assists, around 1.9 steals per game. But what stands out to me is his ability to sacrifice and play both ends of the floor. A lot of opposing teams' point guards struggle when they went up against Trey Jones. He has NBA pedigree. He's a lot like his older brother, Tyus Jones, who plays for the Memphis Grizzlies right now. I think Trey is a lot like that. Look for this kid to be the straw that stirs the drink once again for Duke University on their national championship run. Coming in at my 3 spot, I've talked about this kid before on my show a couple of years ago, and he continues to improve and climb up my rankings. Jermaine Merrill out of Hampton University. Yes, this kid is fantastic. One of the best scorers in the country last season. 25 points a game, 4 rebounds, 5 assists. He's a fearless finisher in the lane. He's quick, he's tough. He plays the game the right way. And when I say that, he has an understanding of what's going on around him. He knows how to throw his teammates open, meaning they're not really open, but the passes that he gives to them, it puts him in position to score. He's terrific in that. Look for Jermaine Merrill to make tons of noise this season with his scoring and his playmaking. Coming in at my number 2 spot is Marvin Johnson out of NC State. Look, this kid is what I call an offensive initiator. He knows how to set pace and get everybody around him involved. Last season, he averaged around 12 points, 4 assists, but the season before, he led the ACC in assists with like 7.5. He's a 40% three-point shooter. He's a terrific one-on-one player. He's one of the best one-on-one point guards that you'll see. When you watch him on tape, he can beat you off the dribble with all type of dance moves and counters. He can wiggle with it. He can pull up on you. He can get around you. He's an underrated athlete. I really like watching this kid play. He reminds me of a Rod Strickland type of player. He'll have a good career in the NBA if given the opportunity. But for now, this season, NC State, you have one of the best point guards in all of America. Coming in at my number 1 spot, this is the consensus Michigan State's All-American Cassius Winston. Let's look at the numbers. Last year, he was the Big Ten Player of the Year, 18 points a game, just under 8 assists, shot 46% from the field, 40% from the three-point line, 84% from the free throw line. The kid doesn't have many weaknesses, if any at all. He's fantastic off the dribble. He can shoot it. He has that magnetism that I like to talk about, the ability to make those around you better. He's terrific in the locker room. He's a fantastic leader. He is the epitome of a coach on the floor. Cassius Winston is on the road to historic pace. And let me give you something by the numbers. Right now, Cassius Winston has about 1,411 points. He needs 589 points to reach 2,000. He has 714 assists. He needs, I believe, 289 assists to get 1,000. Cassius Winston will be the first college basketball player to eclipse 2,000 points and 1,000 assists. You heard it here first. He will get it done on his way to leading Michigan State to a national title. Y'all have a fantastic day. I want to make this clear. Just because you weren't in my top 10 doesn't mean I'm not watching the point guard position throughout college basketball. There's tons of guys that I love watching play. You have Chris Likes from Miami, Tyrese Halliburton from Iowa State, McKinley Wright from Colorado, Mike Smith for Columbia, Jordan Burns from Colgate, TJ Halls, BYU, Saeed Nelson, American University, Josh Sharkey, Samford, Kihei Clark, Virginia. Look, guys, it's a long season, and the key to victory from now into March will be the play of your position. That means only one of you will be standing in the end. Good luck, gentlemen. Talk soon.